New York and Boston. Between the two of them, they've combined for 11 Super Bowl championships, 10 by these two franchises. Hi, everyone, and welcome to NFL Total Access. Lindsey Rhodes and Scott Hansen here on the day before New York and Boston kick off Week 6.
As for who will play for New York, that's been the big question of the week, and Giants fans are not going to like the answer. It's going to be Daniel Jones making the trip to Foxborough without his top two pass catchers or running backs. Saquon Barkley officially ruled out. He's looked great this week, but they don't think that the ankle is ready just yet. Evan Ingram is also out. Sterling Shepard is out, and so is Wayne Gallman. So that's 65% of the Giants' offense so far this year not making the trip to Foxborough, where the league's #1 defense awaits on a wet field, according to Mike Giardi.
Mother Nature not going to cooperate for the Patriots and Giants on Thursday night. It is already raining here in Foxborough and is going to rain through the entirety of the game. Wind gusts up to 30 miles an hour. But maybe that's a good thing for the Patriots. They got their run game going in the second half against the Washington Redskins last week and want to continue that with Sony Michel at tailback and a guy who was the 91st man on the roster when training camp started, fullback Jakob Johnson. The other side, we'll take a look at Daniel Jones. Can he handle the pressure that the Patriots are sure to bring? Thus far, Jones has struggled against the blitz, and the Patriots, while saying Jones has great poise and a willingness to stand in there, are no doubt licking their chops because this is usually a spot where they succeed and younger quarterbacks wilt.
Yet usually succeed, a euphemism in this case for always beat. Brady and Belichick 7-0 against rookie quarterbacks since 2014. They are 11-0 against them all time at home. Point being, it's a tough matchup in the best of circumstances, and that is not what the Giants are dealing with this week. James Jones, interested to get your thoughts on the Patriots in just a second. First, though, Sean O'Hara, if you were the center for this New York Giants team, what would your approach be here?
My approach would be run the football. Let's just run it and run it and run it again. For a number of reasons. Obviously, you're without some of your most explosive players, Lindsey. But I think when you have a rookie quarterback, the one thing I faced when I had a young Tim Couch in Cleveland and then a rookie quarterback in Eli Manning, JJ, you know this too. You see all the blitzes. You're going to see the defensive coordinator changing things up. Now, I will say that the Patriots play a lot of man coverage. So you might not see a whole lot of blitzes early on. They might just want to see how he handles it. But you're going to see a lot of different fronts. People try to play with these young quarterbacks' eyes. Daniel Jones, though, has done a great job, I think, of handling everything. He's handling everything at the line. He's handling everything in the pocket. He has done a great job of seeing things. We're seeing a lot of great throws right here. So I still feel like the Giants have a shot because Daniel Jones has shown that he can make a lot of really good throws from the pocket, even under duress, even though it's not exactly clean the way you draw it up. So I think the offense, the pressure is on them to try to keep up with Brady's offense. Obviously, you know he's going to score. So the challenge for them is take care of the football, take care of your quarterback.
Talked about the blitz. Patriots opponents with a 44 passer rating against the blitz this year. That is the best in the league. They're the best in the league in just about everything. Their point differential, they're the best in the league. It's 121. Only team to outscore its first 5 opponents by more than that is the 99 Rams, who, of course, went on to win the Super Bowl. That's a game that every other team that's on that list right there also went on to play in. JJ, is it just a matter of time before this year's Patriots team joins the rest of those teams in that category?
I mean, I hear all the stats, but I really don't know what to believe of this Patriots team. They have played 4 of the worst teams in the National Football League: the Steelers, the Dolphins, the Redskins. I mean, these teams are 1-17. And then when they played a very good ball club in the Buffalo Bills, that offense and that team struggled. So I don't know which Patriots team we're going to get. I don't know if I'm ready to crown them saying that they're ready to go to the Super Bowl because they have not played anybody. You watch, these Buffalo Bills came up in the face of these receivers and tight ends and challenged them at the line of scrimmage and forced Brady to make some tough throws, and he did not make these throws. He was 18 of 39, 150 yards, and a pick. That is not Tom Brady like. They are not running the football. They have to get back to running the football. But I don't know what to think of this Patriots team. They have not beaten anybody other than the Buffalo Bills. 1-17, 4 opponents, won 1 game. That is not good right there. And as you look at this, what they did against the Buffalo Bills right here, when you see this, I mean, look at the yards per game. It's a big difference. 416 total yards per game, 224 versus the Buffalo Bills.
Bills
And you could
defense is
just,
for real.
yeah, you could just look at that. They challenged them and they made it hard on them. So I'm not ready to crown the Patriots yet. They still have to show me once they start getting into the ladder of this schedule, playing these good ball clubs. They got to show me what they got.
I'm with you, JJ. They haven't played a lot of great competition. The two areas that I have concern, Lindsay, with the Patriots is their offensive line. There's two positions right there that are struggling. Left tackle, obviously Marshall Newhouse is playing, and Ted Karras, the center, he has struggled a lot. So those are two areas on offense where you could try to attack them.
Well, we'll see if they can do something to at least impress you a little bit more tomorrow night. It is the first game of Week 6 with 11 more coming up on Sunday, including a big one in Kansas City.
Here comes pressure off the edge. It's Von Bell. He gets rid of it downfield. And he did it! He did it! He did it! Deshaun Watson. Now he's going to gun it long. He wants Demarcus Robinson. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City.
Watson dancing and Watson throwing downfield, and he's got Fuller across the 15, 10, 5. Rock and roll. Touchdown.
Mahomes in trouble again, spinning right and fires it late for the end zone. Caught a yard deep in the end zone. Just welcome again to the Magic Show.
Texans Chiefs on Sunday will feature the two highest rated passers in NFL history. I wasn't sure that was right when I read it the first time, so I checked it again. Turns out Watson's 105.4 is second all time. Mahomes' 112.4 is first. This will also be the first matchup between the two quarterbacks in NFL or college, but they have in fact shared a field before.
I know Pat pretty well. We kind of go way back from early college days. Being able to, work out in California, Southern California, together with Jordan Palmer and different other coaches, and throughout college and different camps. So, we're real good friends and have a lot of mutual friends and kind of things in common.
Yeah, I actually got to meet him in college. I think we were both going into our junior year. We went to a little QB camp out in California, and I got to meet him and talked to him, and we kind of did back and forth about how that he did his stuff in Clemson and how I did my stuff at Texas Tech, and kind of been able to stay in touch a little bit. He's a great player. He's been a great player for a long time, had success at every level he's played at, and it'll be a great challenge for us as a team to get to go up against a team of that caliber.
Texans and Chiefs this Sunday, one of the great matchups facing two quarterbacks who came in the same draft class, Patrick Mahomes, Deshaun Watson, and have combined for 117 touchdown passes through their first 30 career games. Best in the Super Bowl era. Second best? Kurt Warner and Jeff Garcia, who came into the NFL in 1994, combined for 109 career touchdown passes. Not career, that was through 30 games there. Kurt Warner joins us right now. Did you know that trivia, Kurt?
I did not know that trivia. Nice to be on the list, but those cats are blowing us away. I'm going to blame the new NFL for that, Scott.
Okay, so the new NFL, what type of game is the new NFL going to produce this Sunday when Mahomes and Watson are on the same field?
Well, it could be electric, that's for sure. I mean, these two guys are just big-time playmakers, and what I mean by is big plays down the field. I don't know if anybody's better at making big plays down the field, whether that's in the pocket or outside the pocket, as these two guys. So it's going to be fun to watch. The thing with Deshaun Watson, it's kind of been up and down this year. When it's going good, it goes really good, like it did this past weekend. When it doesn't go good, it doesn't go very well at all, which happened a couple weekends ago. The thing with Patrick Mahomes is it seems to go good nearly every single weekend. Although the interesting thing is, what will he be able to do with that ankle? They're so dynamic when things break down or things are covered on the back end. Is he limited a little bit in some of that big play ability by having to stay in the pocket or not being as mobile?
I want to follow up by asking you about one of the struggling teams and maybe struggling quarterbacks in the league. The Atlanta Falcons and Matt Ryan came into the year with a lot of hype, a lot of hope. They're well under 500 right now. And then since the Super Bowl MVP, the Super Bowl / MVP season that Matt Ryan and company had, Ryan's one-loss record, 18-19. Kyle Shanahan left in that offseason as well. What's your appraisal of the former league MVP at this time?
Well, here's the thing, is there's a lot of things that Matt's still doing well. You look at his stats over the last couple years since that time you were talking about it, and the stats are actually pretty solid, but it really comes down to critical moments, critical plays in games that you can put up really good stats, but they're not necessarily winning stats, and that's what we're seeing here is they just have to be better at critical moments in games. third downs. Big plays, they're not getting as many of them. And, of course, in the red zone, when you get down there, you got to find ways to make plays and get points on the board and not turn it over. So that's the biggest thing that I see, is that they're doing some good things in between the 20s or when it's not as critical. When it becomes critical moments, they haven't made the same kind of plays.
Matt Ryan, 7 interceptions so far this year, already exceeding his total from last year and second most in the league here in 2019. All right, Kurt, thanks for the thoughts there. Stand by. Kurt's top 5 quarterbacks coming up in just a bit. And we're going to see Kurt broadcasting this weekend as well. Special Sunday morning football right here on NFL Network. Panthers and the Buccaneers live from London, 9:30 a.m. Eastern, only on NFL Network. Bucs and Panthers, that's a rematch of a game from week 2. It was that Thursday night football game when Christian McCaffrey got knocked out of bounds in the final seconds of the game for the Bucs to get the big road win. JJ, are they going to do that again, slow the best running back in football down?
I love the Buccaneers defense, but I don't think they're going to be able to do that twice. And the reason for that is because when Cam Newton was in the game, you can load the box up and you're able to stop McCaffrey. Now the young kid Kyle Allen is making throws. I have some tape I want to show you. When Cam was in the game, he wasn't making one-on-one throws. So it's 8 in the box right here. There's nowhere for Christian to run. But when they changed and put the young buddy in the game, now you're seeing 4, 5 in the box, which opens up things for Christian McCaffrey. And he's making throws like this down the field, forcing defenses to play coverage. And that is where Christian McCaffrey is going to benefit. And they're trying to get him the ball in every which way. You go in a bunch formation right here. You still get 4, 5 man in the box. This is a back shoulder, down the seam throw right here. Not a lot of people can make these throws consistently. The young kid, Kyle Allen, has been making these throws. So as a defensive coordinator, you know he's going to make some of these throws with his arm. So we can't just load the box and force to stop Christian McCaffrey. We got to be able to play and stop the pass too. And I think Christian McCaffrey has played great defense.
Okay, McCaffrey leading the league in rushing yards and scrimmage yards. But here's something to watch, though. McCaffrey did not practice today. When he flipped over for the one touchdown, hit his back. He has an injured back. Something to watch.
We'll follow it. That's just ice toe.
Probably did not practice here today. Lindsay?
Also dealing with a back injury, Jalen Ramsey in Jacksonville, who missed Sunday's game against the Panthers as a result, will return to practice today in a limited fashion. Ian Rappaport told us Monday that he was visiting with a back specialist. Does this mean that visit went well, Ian?
What it means is that today was a significant day in the relationship between Jalen Ramsey and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Not that everything is all fixed, not that he takes back his trade request, but at the very least, it's a little bit of progress. He went to Houston, he saw a back specialist. The team had believed that there was nothing significant in his back, despite the fact that Ramsey was still hurting. Saw a specialist that essentially put him on a path to get on the practice field today, did individual drills. Sounds like it went fine. Nothing earth-shattering, but at the very least, it is now possible for him to be out on the field soon. He actually practiced, which he hadn't done in a couple weeks.
Thank you, Ian. A few more headlines to pass along. It's not the result the Raiders were hoping for. Vontaze Burfict's appeal denied today. The linebacker's season-long suspension for that helmet-to-helmet hit on Colts tight end Jack Doyle was upheld by appeals officer Derek Brooks. It is the 4th suspension of Burfict's career. He has also been fined 7 times. All right, it's officially behind us. Dapgate, as former Colts punter Pat McAfee called it, a thing of the past now, with Richard Sherman having appeared on McAfee's podcast today to issue an apology to Baker Mayfield. Said he did feel disrespected by Mayfield during the pregame handshakes on Monday, but watched the tape afterward, realized it hadn't gone exactly as he remembered. And here's what Mayfield had to say about all of this today.
I know what I did, but that's, the one time the camera and something recording me is, gone in my favor.
Did you in any way intend to snub him? Were you aware?
No, I respect him, who he is as a player. He's a great player, has been for a while. In no way did I mean it like that.
And the carousel of quarterbacks continues for the Redskins. Interim head coach Bill Callahan is going to go back to Case Keenum as long as Case Keenum is healthy enough to play. Remember, he's been dealing with a foot injury. Colt McCoy got the start for Washington last week. And Josh Rosen is going to be the Dolphins starter for this week and for the rest of the season. He started the past 2 Dolphins losses, both blowouts, but Brian Flores says he likes where he is and wants to end that conversation. Josh Rosen, their quarterback for the rest of the year. A few injury updates for you. After Wednesday practices, Chiefs wide receiver Tyreek Hill limited with the shoulder injury, hoping to get him back this week. Hollywood Brown did